Hey guys, welcome to Tuesday Night Youth. Just wanted to say first of all a massive thank you for the birthday messages I got from you guys last week. I had a great week off. I had an amazing birthday, and it was so lush to see all of you. So thank you for that. This evening we are in Hebrews 11:1 that says, "Faith is being sure of what we hope for and certain of what we do not see." Now, Hebrews is this amazing book in the New Testament that kind of builds and crescendos to chapter 12. You get this really famous verse that says this: "Therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles, and let us run the race marked out for us, keeping our eyes fixed on Jesus, the author and perfecter of our faith." And the build to this sort of comes through the whole book, but it really kicks into gear in chapter 11 as we get this verse. And what chapter 11 is like a list of men and women, famous men and women of the faith, who have lived out their lives doing amazing things because of their faith in God. And we hear that they are there cheering us on. They are the great cloud of witnesses. They have run their race of faith and they are cheering us on as we run ours. Because our faith and the living out of it is a journey. And the destination is an eternity spent in God's perfect, pure and wonderful presence. And Hebrews 11:1, faith is being sure of what we hope for and certain of what we do not see, doesn't mean that we never ever have doubts. Like, of course we do, and we've seen that in other passages of the Bible that we've looked at recently. We do have doubts and it's okay to have them. But what it means is that we know the destination so well, we know where we're headed so well, that our faith is able to take us to that point. You know, an imperfect path that you're trying to walk, you can handle it and it's manageable if you are going to the perfect destination. Faith is about a choice. It is about a choice to trust where you are headed and the goodness of God enough to get you through the present situation. In Hebrews 11, one of the examples is Abraham. Now, his family was called out of where they lived to this promised land. And, you know, I'm sure Abraham had questions. I'm sure he was like, well, how am I going to get there? Where is it? How am I even going to know when I get there? But he had enough faith in God to know that he could say yes to him. That he was like, I know you will sort out the path as I walk it, because I trust the final destination, which is God's presence. You get this kind of leapfrog effect. Now, often when people read this, faith is being sure of what we hope for, they think that means that they can't have doubts. But actually, I think it's kind of like a leapfrog thing. It's like faith now is being sure of what we hope for in the future. We hope for an eternity in God's presence. And our faith now allows us to leapfrog over all of the doubts and all of the trouble and all of the difficulty that does come in life, and to keep our eyes fixed on that destination. Now, that doesn't mean they're not hard to deal with, but it means that they cannot ultimately overcome us. Our faith is the assurance of what we hope for. It gets us through. It is certainty of what we do not yet see, God's kingdom fully at work amongst us. We see it in part breaking in, but we know that one day we will see it fully, but not yet. But it is our faith that takes us through that. Our faith is our strength in God. It is what is able to pull us through the difficult times. And it is extremely powerful. And that's sort of what we're going to talk about this evening in your groups, like just asking questions around what are the things that are difficult in life? What do you find it hard to get through? Which could be small stuff and it could be big stuff. But also asking the question, like, where does your faith come into play with that? How is your faith? Are you letting your faith be the powerful thing that it is, that pulls you through to the other end, that enables you to endure all of the difficulties? You know, Paul in the New Testament writes about all this dreadful stuff that happens to him. You know, he's shipwrecked, he's beaten, all of this, and he's not saying, do you know, it's fine, I don't mind. He's saying my faith is strong enough to pull me through all of it because I am sure of what I hope for. So that's what we're going to talk about, guys. Have amazing evenings in your groups, and I will see you later.